Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. I'm Paul Sweeney alongside Scarlett Fu, and we're joined by Bloomberg's Christine Aquino. Christine, what are you looking at?
Well, let's start with AMD, shall we, Paul? Because that stock is still doing well today, even after the update that we got yesterday. So still going. Ticker AMD shares currently up more than 7%, so extending their opening gains after the announcement yesterday regarding their long-term outlook. As we know, of course, CEO Lisa Su saying that annual revenue growth will average more than 35% over the next 3 to 5 years. And I think the headline grabber was really their projection for the total addressable AI chip market, which they're projecting to reach $1 trillion by 2030. So the takeaway from that, at least according to Bloomberg Intelligence, is that, that outlook really shows that AMD's share within the AI space is widening. They're engaging with multiple customers at a comparable scale, and they're really looking at, AMD's capacity to expand into the space with a full stack sort of approach, right? So they're expanding beyond inferencing into full model training, and AMD's products, their GPUs and CPUs, are gaining broader validation across hyperscalers and enterprises.
You're also looking at another big tech name. Well,
absolutely.
Not quite so big. It once was big.
Yeah, exactly. Shall we say it's an old school tech name in given the context of today's AI boom. So this is Cisco, and we're looking at shares. The ticker for that is CSCO, and shares up slightly, like about 0.5%. And we're looking ahead to their earnings after the bell, Scarlett. So, the expectation is that first quarter EPS will rise 5.8%, and revenue is projected to climb 5.3% for fiscal 2026. And then decelerate modestly over the next few years. So the thing with Cisco is that it's one of these, as we know, kind of more old school companies, right? That perhaps is a little late to the game when it comes to capitalizing on AI capabilities, but we know that they're starting to ramp that up, right? They've partnered with Nvidia to speed up the deployment of their AI systems, and results from their last quarter did show that their projects in that space are picking up. And so that is the big question for shareholders, right? Like, can they finally evolve to really capitalize on that? Because even though their shares are up more than 20% this year, their prices are still below the peak in a dot-com era. And there's this perception that they are a little late to the game compared with their competitors. So we'll look forward to those earnings after the bell today.
All right, one more. What do you got?
Let's look at JPMorgan.
Because they're good.
Yeah.
So the big CEOs, they have a dinner tonight. Right?
That's
down in DC.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an off-the-record dinner because it's not on the public schedule.
Right. I saw that.
Bloomberg is reporting it, but if you look at the president's public schedule, just says private event.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So this is a Bloomberg exclusive that they are going to be having dinner. So JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon is going to be in attendance along with other finance industry executives. So it will be interesting to see what sort of headlines we might get from that. But yeah, JPMorgan ticker JPM, those shares extending gains a little bit, up 1.9%. So in addition to the dinner, we also got news that they're going to be rolling out a deposit token called JPM Coin to institutional clients. And, the token represents dollar deposits at JP Morgan, will allow the users to send and receive money via the public blockchain Base, which is affiliated with Coinbase. And the idea is that eventually they'll make this token accessible to not only its clients, but also the clients of its clients, and potentially looking at different currency denominations as well beyond the dollar. So interesting move there by JP Morgan. We'll see how that plays out.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.